Recording in progress.
Hello. Got the mic on. Yo. Mace, what's up, Mace? Coming to ball today? You're muted.
Probably not, bro.
Probably not. Is Mo with you? You guys napping together? Hey, did you work out this morning?
Nah.
No, me neither.
I didn't get to bed till like 2. I was helping Vince move in his apartment, and then we had to take the box truck back down to the city last night. Like,
You knew that was gonna be an all night thing, man. Moving's the worst.
yeah,
Moving the worst. I did it 3 times last year. It's not fun. 4 technically, if you count Gina.
Good morning. Mason Quality Control Manager. No, I've never been to Mason's crib. What's up, Mace? We muted. We muted.
Nope. Nope, you're not needed. Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing?
What is this outfit?
This is the new look, you know, they're doing this in Cali, so I felt like doing it.
I don't think we're doing that.
Girl, good to see you. What's up, Joshy? What's up, Ricky?
I think I've seen that on Google. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's I've seen it on Google or something. Ah, that's right. All right. Gotta send a picture to Vince because, you know, he beats me right to the office every week, he says. This is what he says. So, 6 days in a row. I've done this.
6 days.
Yeah. 6 days straight.
Is this
Hey,
recording?
bro, you know. Beat you again.
Where does he put Mo in these meetings, Mason?
I don't know, there's not much room in there, so probably in the bathroom.
Mo, just chill in my bedroom while I do this appointment.
We need that blanket area, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna steal the one out of Vince's office again. I should just, oh, I told you I'm gonna buy a bucket, not a bucket, but like a nice, you know, blanket bucket. I have like 5 of those in my house.
Yeah, that's great. You brought a blanket when you were in training with me, I think.
I know.
Right.
Actually, Josh got me a blanket.
Wow.
Secret Santa.
Oh,
And he got me this planner.
Let's do my line.
Thank you later.
I'm not gonna lie. Gio, with this sun in my face, oh man.
It's-
I'm like
it
a
look
fly.
nice. You're looking like it right now.
Who's out here looking pretty as
You're shining, right? You're shining.
Is it cold in the office?
No, that's just Christina, man.
Yeah.
She's always cold.
I'm freezing and I'm usually cold when I get in that office too. So
It's not
I
just
think it
me.
feels good. It feels
It's
good.
freezing.
So stupid. 2 minutes, but I don't like to leave. Josh can get water for me, bro. Help a brother out. let's keep you going.
Where's that guy's name? Jordan. What did you book him for?
Let's grab a blanket for me too.
I didn't call. Oh,
Bro, he literally said, I'm looking to get into sales.
I know. Weird. What a layout. Let's go.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Hired a 52-year-old Lebanese.
Let's go. 52 and Lebanese. That's what I'm
And
talking about. It's your future wife right there.
the cool thing I was about to tell you is that she has kids and she's a 15-year-old and a 14-year-old and both her sons are in college right now. And I was like, what the hell?
Wait, what?
15 and what?
14. They're in college. I was like, no, you're lying.
You're in college, 15 and 14.
I swear to God. Yeah, she's like, yeah, we go to Lebanon back and forth and they're in college now. I was like, that's
Things are different in Lebanon. You know?
it's great. I was like, it's more time.
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing this morning?
I was just gonna say, what's up, Barry?
What's up, Barry?
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
What's up? What's up, brothers? How we doing?
Good, we good. How you doing?
Doing good. Gio, hey man, text me your phone number to call you, Gio. Can you text me your phone number?
What'd you say?
Text me your phone number.
Yes, sir. It's
Thank you.
911. I'll text you in the group. Shody.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. No problem. What's up, Matt Jans? Jay Vaughn? Is he at the office?
He's getting his clothes fixed.
Sorry, I'm not there, guys, and taking care of some technical difficulties.
But gotta get the car fixed, man.
I feel you, dude.
Mason, don't look like you're about to die, bro.
It's a right side.
Melissa looks excited. Let's go, Melissa. Let's go. Peace out, Girl Scout. Patrick, Quality Control Manager, AIL Solvent. Just get that.
Mr. Patrick.
Patrick, Mr.
We got
No, you
Lisa.
can't think
How's it
about
going, Lisa? I think Lisa's up against Austin, I think, this week. Is that right?
Patrick, you can't think about it.
No.
Quality control manager, yeah.
Oh, I saw Lisa next
What?
to us.
But Marvin, you want to say his name?
Hey,
Patrick.
Drew, can you get the,
I'm gonna think about it.
Okay.
get the matchups? Let's go over the matchups this morning.
Hold on.
Matchups.
Patrick, stop thinking about it. So
Mr. Hunsberger. Mr. Anderson. Whole lot of,
Just so many people are hearing.
uh-oh.
who's in the waiting room? 3 people. It says. Like golden hour in the morning, bro.
Patrick looks like the guy from God of War.
I think this beautiful lighting that we have right here.
Isn't it great lighting?
That's beautiful. Look at this.
I came on a bike.
He's not good.
What's up, Ashley?
It says.
Right, you like
It's
you
time.
watched WWE this morning?
Dude, low key, that Undertaker one's fire. It was so cool, bro. He's talking about like, man, I used to love the Undertaker, like him, Rey Mysterio, 619. That's so cool. That's the coolest like wrestling move ever. And like,
He was vibing.
Hair looks good.
But Undertaker was dope. He had a glass eye, you know that?
She got that good.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I got the smart waters, but they're in the front when we get them. They got delivered.
All right, guys, I was trying to get a better spot to do this meeting, but I'm just gonna do it in the best spot. I can't really move my arm too much. So I gotta be in one spot. I'm trying to find like the best way to just be stationary. My office is probably not going to be the best situation, so I have to come back down here because my arm's killing me. I was trying to tough it out. So apologize, this might not be the best situation for a meeting right now, but I'd rather just do it under these circumstances than not meet with you guys and
Yes,
huddle
sir.
up. So I'm making the best of it here. And if we don't even have any video, you know, I'm cool with no video, but I'm gonna see how this looks. Boy, this ain't working too well either for me. Nobody's at my house right now because Jess had to go take Tommy to school. So I'm like fighting for myself over here this morning. Oh, jeez. This is just not the ideal situation, guys. It's all. I'm all laid up and I can't get my couch to sit up. So I'm like crazy. Okay. Well, let's see how this works out. Oh. Can you guys see me?
Yes, sir.
I took the bandage off last night. I almost got it all the way off. I don't know if you guys want to see it, but yeah, it's like I almost got it all the way off. They were supposed to make a small incision, and he said that they had to make a bigger incision than they wanted to. So yeah.
Oh, man.
So anyways, all right. Let's get into a couple things, and then Gio, if Gio, you can hit on those pointers that you mentioned to me last night, you know, that'd be great as well.
Okay.
But you know, we're in a new month, and just a couple of announcements just to get us, you know, zoned in here. September sickness obviously started. Last month wrapped up. Everybody should look at their PMPs. If you didn't look at your PMPs, you're a day late. I think that you gotta they were out yesterday, early enough where we could. But anyways, PMPs come out on the 1st of every month. Okay, what you look at on your PMP is the first thing I look at is gross. Right, you look at your gross ALP. You want to know what did I get credit for last month? What did I put up? Does my gross ALP match what I thought it was supposed to be for the month? And then throughout the month, you got advance reports, right? Those advance reports should add up to that gross number. So if you had 5 advance reports and they were 2,000 each, then you should have 10,000 gross. Makes sense?
Yeah.
All right. Next thing is on your advance reports, you know, there's a section of the advance reports where the business falls off. Right? So there's a section of the advance reports where the business falls off. What are the reasons that the business would fall off? Decline.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Withdrawal.
Mm-hmm.
Incomplete. NTOs. Or cancellations. So throughout the month, that's gonna fall off. And if week one you had 2,000 or I don't know 100 decline, week two you had 500 NTO, week three you had 500, cancel, then nothing the last 2 weeks, you would have 1,100 fall off the books for the month, right? So your gross would be what? 10, but your net would be what? 89, right? So everybody knows this. We all know this, right? What are the numbers that we need to see percentage wise? Okay. Your gross to your net number needs to be 87% or higher. When I started, it used to be 85, but the company's retention has gone up. When I started, company retention average was like 71, and I needed to be at 69 to get a bonus. Right? Now, company average isn't 71. Company average is what?
74, 73.
What does it say in the bottom of your PMP? If everybody's PMP, it says the company average in the bottom corner.
It's like 77 or something. Yeah, it's like
79.8.
Yeah.
79.8. Is that right?
I think it's lower.
Lower than that.
No, the company average. What is it?
77.6.
77.6. That sounds more familiar to me. Is that a confirm? Is that a confirmed 77.6?
We're pulling it up right now.
Okay.
On this month's PMP, 79.8, Ryan Wilson.
70.
Really?
Ryan Wilson. Good
There we
shit,
go.
bro. He knows his stuff. 79.8 is what the company's retention is. Why would yours be lower than that? That is an average of all the people in the company. You know what I mean? We do not want to be average on anything. That's average. A side note, I mentioned this before, but there's a song by Drake in Future. It's called "What a Time to Be Alive." Right? Can we end this? Can we play that song? Just somehow just play it during the meeting at some point. What a time to be alive.
You and yours versus me and mine.
You and yours versus me and mine. That's right. Somebody rap it. Mason, come on, turn it off and mute. Mason or Javon. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. That's a direct order. Let's go. Hit it. Here we go. Come on, Mace.
There we go. Guys like it up.
It's a really nice day.
I got a really big thing.
Be alive. You and yours. It's me and mine. Are we talking teams? Are we talking teams? Are we switching sides? It's an owl on me. I do not chase girls, but they run a mile for me.
Where's Dalton at?
One time.
Get a doc's appointment.
Dr. Dalton.
Dog.
All right, there we go.
Oh, wait. I know, baby. Really big thing. Thank you. I need
So
some really big.
that's the song, right? What a time to be alive, right?
Sir.
Well, I want you to know if you joined American Income Life 25 years ago, the average retention of the company was like 62. So what do you, so take 62 and take 79. That's 15%, right? Difference.
Mhm.
If you take a 15% increase from 60 to, that's almost 25%. Okay. Check it out. If you have 60 and you go from 60 and you increase it by 15, what's 15 out of 60? 25%. So that means that just by being alive today, just by being with American Income Life today, our renewals are 25% more than all the people that paved the way for us over the last 25 years.
Let's go.
What a time to be alive. You know? That means if somebody is getting 10 grand a month, you're going to be getting 12,500 a month. That's $2,500 a month increase, which, how much money do you have to have saved up to get $2,500 a month? That's $30,000 a year, right?
1 mil.
You have to have $1 million.
Really?
So put an extra million in our pockets. All right, that's a complete side note. Back over to what we're talking about though now, right? Remember, I know exactly where we left off. Let's go back to our notes now, guys. Okay. We have gross of 10,000, net of 8,900 on this example we were just talking about. Okay. 80, what percentage do we need our net to gross to be on a month-to-month basis on our PMP?
Said 87 or higher.
87 or higher, right? Right. So how do you control that? How do you control that? You need to make sure you're putting on a bunch of gross business. Because if I put on tons of gross business, and then even if a lot of business falls off, I'm still at 89% because I put even more business on. I put a shit ton on. Well, check this out, guys. Always a percentage of business is always going to fall off. Not always. I mean, some people are perfect. Ashley Miser, talk about quantity and quality. There's no excuses right there. No excuses. She's 90% quality. She'll write 90,000 ALP in a month with 90% quality. Quality leads to quantity. I'm sorry. We got to switch those two cues around, okay? The quantity leads to quality. This is from Steve Greer. When he came to visit us a long time ago. And this was from the president of the company before him told me this, Steve Smith. Roger Smith was the CEO and Scott Smith was the president. And Scott Smith visited and he says, people who write a little bit of business typically have lower quality because they end up wanting to send that little bit of business. They end up forcing it through if it's missing something because it's all they got. rather than someone that writes a lot of business has more control. I got 5 apps to send this week. If one of them's missing some doctor's information or whatever, we don't need to send it. If one of them needs to be trialed or it's questionable, let's just trial it. Just trial it, no big deal. I just got 3 other apps to go. But the guy that comes in with 1 app, those are the ones with low quality. I'm not, did I say ALP, guys? Apps. It's apps. That's the thing. I don't want us to get fooled by the, oh, you see 4,000 ALP, and we could get blinded by the 4,000 ALP, but not realize there was 1 app. You know? So we got to be on app count, right? People that are submitting multiple applications, multiple sales on a weekly basis, it's better, you know? Guys, we got to be closing people down, even if it's for, like I've been saying, like everybody, we need to establish in the home that there is a need for life insurance. And whether they buy or not, after that is a whole nother story. The first story is, are we establishing that there's a need for life insurance? Does the client know that? Like the client should be like, all right, Melissa, thank you for explaining this. Before I met you, I didn't really realize this. After meeting with you, it's very clear that I do need life insurance. However, I just need to think about it right now. However, I don't know if I can afford it. Okay, I'll take that all day long. I can work with that. You know what I mean? Because I'll get their foot in the door at some level, but keep it comfortable. So, you know what they say, guys? You got to be able to sell them, okay? And you know what they got to buy? They got to buy the problem. They need to buy the problem. They need to be sold that there's a fucking problem. You know what I mean? Like they got to be sold in their heart. Like, yes, this is a major problem. Yes, we need to get this fixed. Don't sell the solution, guys. What are we selling, Mace? We're selling the el problema. You gotta sell the problem. Does this make sense to you? Like for me, I had to when I was told this, I'm just saying, I'm not saying this in a bad way. Like, does this make sense to you? I'm saying for me, when I first heard this, I was like, wait, what do you mean I gotta sell the problem? Like, what do you mean? Like, it didn't make sense to me. So it's okay if right now, if you're still pondering upon let's all stop and really think about that. Selling the problem. Here's the thing. If the client isn't sold that there's a problem, they're not going to care about the solution. So how much do they really need to be sold that there's a problem? They need to be sold all in, right? Same thing when recruiting. And you want to know what? And if people are comfortable, they're not going to move. They're not going to make any moves. So I know we all want to be lovey-dovey and love and make friends with everybody. But part of our job is to make them feel uncomfortable so that they make a move. The doctor told me if I don't get this done soon, he's not going to be able to fix it. It's going to be too late. You know what I said? I said, when's as soon as we can get it done? I was very uncomfortable after he told me that. I didn't sleep. Your job is to make the client feel uncomfortable. And now, did he do it like in a manipulous way, or he was like, oh, I got to go in there and make him feel uncomfortable? He went in there and told me facts. And based upon the facts of my situation, he's the doctor. I'm going to listen to him. My mom could have been like, Tommy, you need to get that fixed. I'm like, yeah. Doctor's like, you need to get it fixed. Big difference. You're the doctor with the clients. Like, if he didn't sell me that this was a major problem, I wouldn't have went through major surgery. Should cost me at least $8,000. Not including all the other baloney it costs to go through what it takes to miss work and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? I can't sit still. I left the surgery on the way home from surgery. I couldn't even see straight. I'm all like popped up on whatever. I watched the agency meeting. I was upset I missed the agency meeting. That's what I did. It was an hour ride home from surgery. I got to watch the agency meeting. But you guys rocked it. So, but back to the numbers now. Back to the numbers, right? Is 87%, and here's why. Okay, because 87% is our what? Net to gross on my P&P for what? For the month, right? Net to gross on my P&P for the month. Well, how the heck can I have a real high net to gross? Well, number one way is you have to have a gross first, right? So make sure we gross some business. And when we gross it, we gross a lot of business, the more business, because let's say that you gross business and then nothing falls off. What happened? What's your net to gross? You're 100%. Can't get much better than that, right? That's where we want to be. How can you do that? Literally no business can fall off this month. That's how, right? And if you can get no business to fall off this month, maybe we can get no business to fall off next month. It's not that crazy to try and go undefeated. You're allowed to say, I don't want to have no business fall off. It's unacceptable for one penny to fall off. You're allowed to have standards that say that. And one business falls off, it's a four, what do they call it? A 4 alarm, 4 a.m. alarm, 4-arm alarm. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's sound the alarms, siren heads coming through. When business falls off the books, you need to be siren head. So we should have a note, like every Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. Every Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. Before we meet here, everybody should glance at their advance. It's all. That's all you got to do. It's a simple thing too. Like do you know that like my dad's engineering company office is in Monroeville. You know how far Monroeville is from my dad's house? It's over an hour. In the morning, driving through the Squirrel Hill tunnels, he goes through the 4 pit tunnels and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. He has to be there. They have to be there at 7:30 in the morning, right? He has to be there at 7:30 in the morning. And they literally can lay him off tomorrow. Fire him tomorrow. Labor Day is coming up. Labor Day is coming up. if anybody in his company wants to take an extra day off for Labor Day, they can't. Because they got to be at work at 7:30 in the morning on Tuesday morning. My dad's coming out here to visit. He has to drive back on Monday. Been doing for 35 years, no residual income. All I'm saying on Thursday, you don't got to drive an hour and put gas in your car and drive an hour and sit in the tunnels. All I'm saying is take a glance at your advance. It even rhymes. So, Vince, what are we doing 7:30 on Thursday mornings?
Advance reports.
Glance at the advance.
I need you to rhyme it. We changed it to a rhyme this morning. It's going to be part of our. One day there's going to be a rap song, and all this stuff's going to rhyme. And Mason and Dalton and Jay Vaughn are going to put it together for us.
You already know.
And Christina.
Glance at your advance.
I press my laptop till what do you say? What to say? I press my laptop, then I go stop. Selling these benefits all the way to the top.
Hey, let's go.
Tommy V, Matty D up in the limousine. What they say? We eat State Farm for dinner. Remember that rap? Anybody here remember that one? No. We had a guy who worked for us in a state college office. Casey remembers. Come on, Casey. Go, Casey, rap it for us. He knows the words. Go ahead, say them.
It's like, can we get a juicy instrumental?
Yeah. Did you guys know the juicy instrumental? Can you play it? Play the juicy instrumental. This is for real. We had a guy, I swear on everything, guys. We had a guy who was in our state college office who looked exactly like Biggie Smalls. And then he ended up writing, him and James Kiefer wrote the rap song to Juicy. And then he went on stage at our recognition meeting and rapped it, and it was freaking awesome. I wish I had it somewhere on video. But Casey knows the words to it.
This sentence
Jay
is
Vaughn,
grammatically correct.
you like a Snoop Dogg rendition. Here we go. Let's go.
Here we go. It was all a dream. I used to read Spotlight magazine. Casey, Jesse, Matty D up in the limousine. Hanging plaques on the wall. Every Saturday I rap a cap. I door knock, I sell them all.
Let's go.
That's all I got.
What did they say? We eat State Farm for dinner, right?
You know, follow Tommy Vina, the #1 SGA to the top. Something like that.
Yes. That was the intro though. Casey hit it on point. That was sweet. I promise you we had the jam going though, right? All right, so we're bringing up some rap songs today. Might as well have some fun a little bit.
Casey.
Yeah, Case. Yeah, but I don't even know what the heck. Why did I say that?
Glance at advance. We got a wrap.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna come up. That's gonna be our next one. That's gonna be our next one. Okay. Make sure we have it, because when we go to convention, we'll literally make a video. We'll make a cool video when we go to convention. Everybody, we're going to convention. It's gonna be in Vegas. It's gonna be sick.
Caesar's Palace.
Caesar's Palace. We're gonna be on stage. We're gonna have boats. We're gonna do it all. It's gonna be sick. So really excited for that, obviously. But now back to the numbers one more time, because the rule of thumb is this. The rule of thumb is whatever your net to gross is, your retention is going to be 10% less than that. So that's why you want to have 87, because then you'll have at least 77% retention. Next year, company retention is going up to 74. So all bonuses, all that stuff will be based upon that 74%.
74.
Ways to get this up, once again, guys, is to think about it. When you're an agent, let's say you're an agent, right? And you end up writing first month 6,000, second month 8,000, third month 10,000. Guess what? You're an SA, right? 6, 8, 10 gets you to the SA. It's not a bad little run. So get your agent to do 6, then 8, and then 10. Boom. But okay, so they do 6, 8, 10, but now they become an SA, and then they do 12, and then they get someone on their team, you know, and then they end up doing I don't know, let's just say 15, then they do 20, you know, then you do 30. Well, what's going to happen, guys, is when you did 6,000, let's say 10% fell off, right? When's that 10% of that 6,000 fall off? 2 months from then, right? Well, you did 10,000 that month. So that month you did 10, 6 fell off, you're at 94%. 600, because you did 6,000, 10% of that is what? 600. If you keep putting, now you put more gross on. Next month you did 12,000. And then the month before that, you wrote 8,000. 2 months before that. So 10% of that is what? 800. So then you put 12 on, but 800 fell off. So you're at what? 11,2. Then the next month you did 15 grand. And then the month that you did 10,000, 10% of that falls off. So 1,000 falls off. 1,000 falls off. Then the month after that, you do 20,000 gross, and then you have 1,200 fall off from the $12,000 month. You guys see how if you keep increasing your gross number, if you just keep increasing your gross number, you should never have a low net to gross for a month. The way it happens is if Reich does 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 a month, Reich just did 50 in a month, right? And then 2 months later, 10% of that business falls off. So he has 5 grand fall off, right? And 2 months later, his team does 20 grand. So you gross 20, and then you have 5,000 fall off from the big month. Now your net to gross is what? 75%. That's how you have low net to gross. We got to keep pushing the gross. We got to grow it every month. And as long as your gross is growing and you maintain, you know, a quality of business that's a certain percentage falling off, 10% or something, then you're always going to be in a good net to gross position.
Yeah.
So that's just, you know, keep an eye on that stuff when you're looking at your PMPs. And then, you know, that's pretty much the main things on the top of the PMP. When you go down to the bottom, there's a lot of things we could talk about and look at. You know, the main thing is making sure that your 4-month, you know, retention is what it needs to be, but your 13-month retention should be the focus. If your 13-month retention is solid, then you're not going to have to worry about the 4-month retention. And they say that 13 months, once it pays 13 months, the chances of it paying for life goes through the roof. It's like making it through that first year.
Yep.
Okay. So guys, everybody has their dashboards. This is where we got to dive in and get our foundation going here, you know. Like if like Faith dives in with this with Amina and her next few people, you know, her core strong core people could be way better than, you know, somebody that's been here for 3 years, because she's more quality, you know. So what I mean is get these dashboards, okay, and use them. Like really use them. First of all, when they come in, let's make sure that the agents have their witty whiffies filled out, and you take some time and really dive into it, right? So I would explain to them before they even fill it out, how to fill it out and how important it is. You say, listen, here at the Vena agency, this ain't just like a job. You're not just a number, okay? You are here for a reason. We're here to make a big imprint and a big impact on this earth, okay? So part of this is going to be developing us, not just in business, but as overall person. I want you to be able to use this as a vehicle to get you what you want out of life, you know? And I say to people, I say, do you want to know why most people do not get what they want? Anybody want to know why people usually don't get what they want? It's because most people, guys, most people, they don't even know what they want. They don't. They think they do, but they don't. Most of the time, they're running around on a daily basis, chasing different goals and objectives that aren't even really their own. They don't really know what they want. They know what their parents want for them, maybe. They know what society wants for them because they saw in a magazine the way the guy looked in Men's Health magazine. Oh, that's what society wants. No. What do you want for yourself? Right, guys? Most people do not take the time to figure that part out, and they'll spend tons of time doing a whole bunch of stuff when they haven't even figured out the most important thing is why. What do I want and why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So before we waste all their time, we're going to spend how many freaking hours a week? How many freaking hours a week? That's a lot of time. Why would we do all of that, but not take a little bit of time and get some grounding and some trajectory and get some direction, get a foundation and direction? And it's great. It's miraculous. You can save some people's lives by doing this exercise, guys. Literally. Everybody says, man, I want to be a leader. I want to change somebody's life. This tool right here can be one. Literally changed my life. And that's why I bring it to this agency. Promise you guys. The Witty Whiffy changed my life. And I hope that it can be a tool to use for you to change your life and you to use it for others and you lead others. So So spending the little bit of time up front to go over the witty wiffies. If you can, you can pull your dashboards up now, look at them, right? But on your witty wiffies, right, the first thing I would explain to them is why it's important, just like I did right now. I tell most people don't even know what they want. Let's figure out what you want. How do we figure out what you want? It got to be based upon what, guys? What's important to you? Not me or your mom or your football coach or society. What are the most important values to you as a person? When's the last time you really sat down to identify those? You know? I mean, sometimes I think like as a team, it's important. You know, I think that a couple of the guys like mentioned that, you know, they sat down as a team and they said, hey, what do we want to stand for as a team, guys? You know, what are some things we want to represent? You know, what do we want our team to all that's great. But what about you as an individual? What's important to you? What are the principles? So Ryan Wilson or Lisa, what's important to you? Is it hard work? Is it community? Is it, you know, I don't know. Is it family? Is it faith? Is it faith? Maybe faith puts faith right on there, right? Maybe Patrick Sullivan puts working out. Maybe physical fitness is important to him. Friendship might be important to him. Recognition might be important to you, right? What's important to you? What are those key? And we can't have 75 things, because if I go through a list, there's a lot of things that are important to me. You got to put your top five. What are your top five? Write down your top 10, but then you have to cut it down to your top five. That's going to base everything upon your foundation. That's where it all starts, guys. From there, you figure things out. From there, you can say like, okay, well, you know, my family's important to me. Income's important to me. Personal growth is important to me. Working out and faith, religion's important to me. Okay. Well, that's the first step. The next thing we have to do is, after we find out our values, those are our values, okay? Now we have to make sure that our thoughts and, or no, I'm sorry. The next thing we have to do is we have to make sure that our goals are aligned with our values, our goals. So would it make sense for me to say that, you know, family is important to me, but my goal is to open up a nightclub downtown? Family time is really important to me, but I want to open up a nightclub. I don't know if those two goals align, you know? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But this is where you have to start making sure that your goals are 100% in alignment with what you said your true values really are. So here will be an alignment goal. Ready, guys? Physical fitness is one of my values, right? Because I don't want to be not only wealthy, I also want to be what? Healthy. Is it better to be healthy, or is it better to be wealthy? It's better to be both. Got to be both. That's the right answer. So my goal is to be healthy. So I'm sorry. My value is health, right? I value health for me and everybody around me. I want my family to be healthy. I want my team. I want you guys to be healthy. You know, now the next thing is I have to have a goal. So what would be a good health goal? What would be a good alignment goal? Would it be to win a pie eating contest? Probably not. A good alignment goal would be to, I don't know, work out every day. Now, you're allowed to tell yourself, work out every day and hold yourself to working out every day. And then if you miss one, it's not too bad. It's when you start telling yourself, work out 3 times a week. Then you miss one. It's not, push to work out every day is what I would do. That's alignment. But now the third step, guys, is we have to have 3 things. What's the first thing? Well, our values. See how much time I'm doing this, going over this with you guys? It's because it's important. Do not skip this stuff with your agents. Don't assume, don't assume that they got this stuff down. So the values, goals need to align with those. The third thing has to be our what? Our thoughts, our words, and our actions need to be in alignment with our values and our goals. So I value family. No, I value, how about let's stay on health. I value health. My goal is to work out every week, every day, right? But there was an opportunity to go day drinking on Saturday, right? And then to go play golf and drink all day at the golf, and then go to the football game and drink all night at the football game. But I value health. Last I checked, alcohol is not a healthy thing to put into our bodies. So like that would be where my goal is health, my values health, my goals health, but then my actions, guys, didn't align with that. Does that make sense? Right? Or family. Let's say family's important to me. I got family tattooed on my ribs right here, right? I have God family loyalty on my ribs over here. Okay. And I want to, my goal is to spend time with my family, right? And I'm working my butt off. So I barely have time to spend time. But I finally get some time on the weekend. And instead of spending time with the family, I do the golf outing on Saturday. And then I go to the Bears tailgate on Sunday. And then we hung out all downtown and just carried on all day, all night downtown. I blew all Saturday, all Sunday, partying with my friends. But I told us my value family, and I said I want to spend time with my family. But then what didn't align, guys? Where did we misalign on this one? Where's the misalignment, guys? Because it seems like family was our values and our goals were aligned. Our goal was to spend more time with the family. So our family, our value is aligned with our goals. Where do we misalign, guys?
Action.
On the action part. That's the action part, okay? The thing is, guys, most people don't even have this stuff to get, like, how can you get somebody in alignment if they don't even have nothing to get in alignment on?
Yeah.
This is going to help us help so many other people. Nobody's going to be perfect. Every car gets out of alignment every now and then. Even a Rolls Royce, after a while, is going to have to get what? Back into alignment. We're going to get off a little bit, right? But we have to have that original alignment first. So this all starts with the witty whiffy, spending time with them, going over this, letting them know how important it is, and revisiting it. Because their goals now are going to be right there in front of you. And they are now hiring you. You are a hired hitman. You remember what Steve Greer calls a hitman? Honesty, integrity, and trust. In business, you have to carry those to the highest level because the buck stops with you. Like your team got to know you ain't messing around. You know, you got to be the hitman, but you're a hired hitman to get them to their goals. They're hiring you to get them to their goals. So we got to know what their goals are. Got to know what their goals are. Those goals should be written down and established already. So using those are huge, guys. Huge. I just can't tell you. Now the reason I even brought all this up, guys, is because we are talking about retention, right? On your dashboards, there's so many useful tools. Every one you should be using, okay? But on your dashboard, and this is, you just got to be zoned in. This is you zoned in, okay? Is every policy that you written, you literally just put it in there. It's called like your business tracker. Is anybody familiar with the business tracker? The business tracker is a tab you click and you type in. If I signed someone up yesterday, John Smith, I would literally put August 31st, John Smith, 7,000 ALP, you know, maybe even put 20,000 whole life. But then after that, there's checks where it goes like this. It goes mod. If there's a mod, bulletin, there's a bulletin, you can keep track of that for yourself. Then it shows paid 4 months. Soon as it pays 4 months, guess what you do? Fill it in green. Soon as it pays 13 months, guess what? You're going to have a line. It's going to be like John Smith, 2000 ALP, and it's going to be all green. That means that policy paid 13 months and now it's a renewal for you. You're going to have it all right there in front of you at the click of a button. Every policy that you've written for the last year will be right there in front of you. And you can see, what happened to Christopher Johnson? Looks like his isn't filled out green all the way across. His stopped over here. We need to go get Christopher Johnson fixed. And it's going to be right there. Also, can anybody tell me what is below the business tracker on that same tab? Bonus points.
Future business.
Future business. That's right. So there's also a tab for your current business. You fill it in, and then your future business. This is for all the people that you either A, met with and they didn't buy, but you need to call them back. You need to follow up with them. I think Gina Kapoor just got a sale recently off a month ago, met somebody. I wonder if she would have put that down in her business tracker or if she just got lucky with that. But this is the business tracker, future business. Okay. I'm going to start diving into these things to find out who's really zoned in, who's using them, you know, and whose business is flourishing a little bit more. But definitely use these for yourself. All right, so off the dashboards now, guys, and just a couple of pointers, a couple things we need to focus on. Okay, we need to have a high sense of urgency. Every manager needs to be hiring on a weekly basis. I'm never going to tell you not to do that. You got to run your business and grow your business. Now, we know that whatever you hire at now, you're going to be doing in production in the future. What do you want to start the year out doing? What do you want your team doing at the beginning of the year? Do you want to be doing 10,000 a week? Next year, how much production do you want to do next year? I mean, $1 million in today is like baby numbers. When I came in, I did $1 million in my first year when I was 24 years old, and I started in July. And ALP was $50 a month, 600 ALP. And I was driving to people's homes. Just to keep it in perspective, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like $1 million in business is nothing. $1 million is $20,000 a week. I hope nobody here is looking at it like it's a mountain. Okay? Don't make a mountain out of a molehill. We're here to make molehills out of mountains, because for someone else in the world to go make $250,000, they would have to climb Mount Everest. Yes, they would. For someone in this room right now to make $250,000, it's like a freaking molehill. Small, easy. Normal people, mountains are molehills for us. Like next year, Ryan Wilson should sneeze and cough, and $1 million should come out his left nostril. You know what I mean? That's what should happen. Right, $1 million should be in an entire year in production. That's 20,000 a week. What does that take? That takes a team humming. You got to be humming. You're not going to do 20,000 a week. You're not going to do $1 million in a year on some average shit. It's not going to happen. You have to be above average to make $250,000, right? You have to be an above average person to make $250,000. We can't have an average situation for the team. If your team performs average, you're not going to make $250,000. You guys need to be humming. It needs to be a championship caliber team. Like every day, the intensity needs to be there next year. Like that's the season. We're in the season. Every day, the intensity needs to be there, Mason. We're in the season. It's got to be championship caliber. We're trying to go undefeated mentality. That means we can't drop the ball. To go undefeated means excellence. That's a different mentality. That's just a whole different vibe. That's what it's going to take. So the commanders, the chiefs, the commanders and chiefs, the leaders, the bosses, the captains, the people that are going to lead their team to do at least $1 million is going to have to bring the $1 million, the $1 million energy. You're going to have to bring the championship caliber intensity from where? From the top. From the top. It has to come from the top down. From you. So I'm looking like to do $1 million next year. The best way to get yourself set up is to start the year out with the team doing $20,000 a week. That way you don't got to worry about it. If you start at 20, you literally don't even need to grow. You can just stay stagnant for the whole year. And if you do 20,000 a week for a year, you'll do $1 million. That's the way to get there. That's the way to make sure it happens. Now, we got to get to 20,000 a week, everybody here, by the beginning of the year. January 1st, you got to be doing 20,000 the first week of January. So you got to get at least 15 people on your squad. At least 15 people. Now everybody's going to go, well, I want 20, well, I want 30. Listen, you need to get 15 people to submit business on a weekly basis. So you might have 20 submitters and 15 of them submit that week. We got solutions for submitting agents and everything. We'll go back over that again. But to get this 20,000, that's about 4 hires a week, 4 codes a month, and time's running out. Like you can't get 4 codes in December and be like, well, I need to be doing 20,000 a week in January. You have to get 4 codes like 4 months in a row. It's like whatever you do for a 90 days straight, that's when the results start happening after that. It takes about 3 to 4 months before you start to get the real results. Like, so if you know that you need 4 hires a week and 4 codes a month, and that's going to get you 20,000 a week in production, you have to get 4 hires a week and 4 codes a month now for the next 3 months. Do that in September, October, November, and December. Mason, just get 4 hires a week for the next 4 months. And then you make $250,000 next year. I can't make it any easier than that. Can't make it any easier than that. You don't even got to do it on your own. There's so many resources in this company. There's so many people. You got people on your team, social media. You can make calls on your own. Mo can help you get hires. I'd be like, all right, Gina, if you're not going to write business, you got to give me some hires then. You have to bring something to the table. Like, don't allow people to just be on the team and not bring nothing to the table. So you know, so let's see here. What were we just talking about before? Yes.
Sorry, man. I got a third at 9. I was gonna.
What time?
I don't know if you. 9:06.
Oh
just
shit!
Trying to.
You got a third at 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Unfortunately and fortunately.
Okay. Well, they're showing up, man. Go Rocket, bro. You know, I definitely want you to still go over that shit with everybody. So, I don't know when you can, but maybe make a video or just huddle everybody back up or something. But I mean, what do you think?
Sure. So I mean, it was just notes from last night. I don't know if you want me to go over. I can rip it real quick in like 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
Or if you
do it, please. Yes. Yeah.
I'll rip it. You want to turn the camera or something? It was just stuff that I listened to last night, and I don't know if you want to. Yeah, I can do that. All right, I'll rip it real quick. Hey, appreciate you, Tommy, for always ripping it to us. And that was some fire. That was some good stuff. Took like 3 pages of notes. So that's good stuff. So I'll just go over this real quick. And I'll bring up my notes here. So just some stuff. I was listening to John Maxwell last night. I was listening to Simon. And as a leader, your best ability is your accessibility. Right? And I was thinking about this, and I was talking to Tommy about this. If people are slow to respond, it probably means that they're not going to be good in leadership. Plain and simple. The people that I know that are the biggest beasts they respond the fastest, right? Like boom, busy as shit, boom, right? Not 5 hours later, not 6 hours later, not the next day. They respond that quick. I was thinking about this. When I see group me messages and people don't respond or say anything about the group me, or it's 2 o'clock and people still haven't listened to the motivation, you can't be zoned in. You can't be obsessed. If your teammates are putting something that's positive and you can't hit the like button, something's busted. Something's busted. It's plain and simple. When somebody puts a post up, if we got 50 people in the group, there should be 45 likes. When it's someone on your team, you got to develop the culture that's all in, the swarming to that message, swarming to the ball, right? All I can ask, and I was, talking to Tommy about this, how zoned in are you? If you're non-responsive in a group meeting for hours, or you don't respond to a text message from Tommy for hours, or from your manager for hours. If I hit up the best people in the business, it's always a quick turnaround. The busiest people too, quick turnaround. The second thing I was listening to is the second you stop learning is the second you stop leading. Usually the second that you stop leading is the second you stop learning. So when you lose traction, you stop learning. You stop asking questions. You stop taking notes, right? You stop learning, paying attention in meetings. You got to be the best student in the meeting. When that happens, you stop growing. And when you stop learning, you stop leading. And it's hard to lead people if you can't continue to learn. People quit people, not companies. People can't be quitting you, right? And then the other thing is the more that you can take, the more coaching Tommy can give, the more coaching I can give, right? And the same goes for you and your people. If you want to play at a high level, you got to be able to take high levels of stress without crumbling and cracking. And Tommy was just going over this. Honestly, I just try to keep things into perspective. I think people start to lose the perspective, right? A day or two goes by and we're all upset. And 2 weeks later, the shit doesn't even matter, right? The shit doesn't even matter. In the moment, you're like, woo! Your head's thinking like, man, it might be a month before I go through this shit. But at the end of the day, you just got to get through it. Get through the couple of days, that first emotion, and then compare it to perspective in other things. Like, for instance, when I was going through the grind, right? 4 hours away, right? 8 in the morning sit, 10 o'clock sit. I would still try to work out at the hotel that I was at, right? We'd be doing pull-ups, Vince and I, at the cabin, right? When you're on this grind, when you're working your ass off like this, last night, role playing with the guys till 10, 11, here, listen to Simon, Tommy, John Maxwell. So how you handle that shit is your perspective. So you think you're grinding, but what is the grind like that's maybe a professional athlete that has 12 games in 10 days in 5 different states? And they're flying all over the place and they're not seeing their family. How about this? Even worse. How about someone that goes to Afghanistan? What's my adversity for someone that's in Afghanistan?
Let's go.
What's my stress level? I'm just going home to cuddle up with my girl and someone else is in a bunker getting shot at. They don't know if they're about to step on a freaking landmine. Like, how bad do we actually have it? You got to put that shit into perspective, right? Because the grind that we're doing is not that bad. We get to be with the best people, surround ourselves, role play with them nonstop, right? It's a grind. It's a grind. But we're getting renewals at the end. right? I'll be okay. We'll be okay, right? So a lot of it's keeping things into perspective. And I was listening to that last night. And don't let your mind wander off that you truly have it that bad, because you don't. And then the other thing is take care of yourself, physically, mentally, spiritually. We talk about this a lot. But like more so what I got and what I feel like is missing is like you gotta be able to pour into yourself. If you don't personally grow, you're not gonna professionally grow. People will leave the leader if they don't grow. If the people outgrow the leader, they'll leave the leader, whether it's for somebody else or another company. So, and here's the thing, the better your people are, when you have superstars like Melissa, Christina, Vince, you have to grow. You have to grow, okay? And then the last thing I got, this is a quote from Steve Jobs. He said, if you wanted to make everyone happy, don't be a leader and sell ice cream. Right? If you wanted to make everyone happy, don't be a leader, sell ice cream. And then I was listening to John Maxwell last night, 12 o'clock last night, right? Trying to listen to my man, John Maxwell. He said, it's more important to help people than to make people happy. Some people won't be happy, John Maxwell says, when you hold them to the mission of the organization over the wishes of the people, right? Some people won't be happy when you get them out of their comfort zone to achieve greatness. Some people won't be happy when you ask them to sacrifice for the team. Some people will not be happy when you ask them to choose the big picture of the team over the picture of their personal, right? So we have to understand, right, that it's more important to help people than to make them happy. And it all goes with developing ourselves, right? It's that law of the lid. What's the first law in the 21 laws of irrefutable leaders, or the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership? It's the law of the lid, right? If you're a 5, your people they're going to be a 4. You got to continuously grow that leadership lid. That's why I'm constantly developing myself, because we got some sharp talent in the group. And if they see weakness in us, they're going to go to a different leader, right? Or a different company, because they're not getting that leadership. So we have to continuously grow our leadership. And I was listening to last night, he said at least 8 to 10 hours a week of development, at least on your own, not when Tommy's up here, on your own, 8 to 10 hours of development on your own leadership. This isn't sales. That's another 8 to 10. We're talking about 8 to 10 hours of leadership development. And then you got to do it with your people. And you need to think about this. There's 2 things. And this is the last thing I'll wrap up on, because I got this third. But first thing is who you're going to develop. You have to identify who you're going to develop. Typically, your most hungry person, your future talent. Who? The second thing is what you're going to develop them on. Fortunate for us, a lot of people in this organization are relatively new. So the people that are new are usually the hungry, right? The people in the first 3 months, 6 months, year, those are the people you want to develop. They always say, work with your top 20%. Spend 80% of your time with your top 20%. And then the last thing I just have to say, some people are talking about, oh, we're rebuilding right now. You're never rebuilding. You're not rebuilding. You're reloading. You're reloading. You always have to recruit like you're about to lose your best player. Expect to lose people as part of the process. Stop talking about rebuilding. We're not rebuilding. We're reloading. right? So recruit like you're about to lose your best player. All right, that's all I got. I gotta get in this turn. Okay, let's go. Thank
Thank you, Gio. Is
Appreciate
there
it.
something wrong with the TV?
Yeah, it does this a lot these days.
All right, guys.
Why
Thanks,
would you leave
G.
that up there the
Appreciate
whole time?
There's really
I'm
no way
looking
to,
on the
it just,
screen and there's just like me moving back and forth. You guys
usually
take
like
that
right when
down.
you
It's
keep talking,
distracting.
like when you say something, it unfreezes. But since you weren't saying anything that whole time, it must have stayed frozen. But like now that you just talked again, you're crystal clear. You're live again.
All right, you guys are blurry though. I don't know
No way
why.
to-
Right, fingerprint over ones.
Oh.
No
Is
California.
that the Brio?
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go. All right, so yeah, good stuff for Gio to close to hit on right there. And here's just a couple things. So we have to have a sense of urgency. We have to be thinking like, dude, I don't want to be waiting till Friday to get my results. Like if you know that we got to get a hire for a week. If you're in leadership, I think everybody's goal should be to have one hire over the weekend. Everybody's goal. Because then when you come in on Monday, you already got that hire out of the way. You're gonna feel like $1 million, and then you end up getting way more hires. Because the best time to get a hire is right after a hire. Best time to get a sale is right after a sale. So that's the urgency we need to have, and the expectancy and the expectation. So if you expect yourself to have one hire by Monday morning, okay, and that means you would have had to get that either maybe Friday night, you would have got it Saturday, you would have got it Sunday. So your MGA or your GA, maybe you can do it yourself. I don't know if you're ready to do thirds, but that would mean that your MGA or your GA would have to get that hire for you over the weekend. Okay. Well, the whole idea behind that is that if you don't get the hire by Monday, you're already in panic mode, because you're like, I was supposed to have a hire by Monday. It's Monday. I don't go to hire. I better hurry up and figure this out. I got to get it by Tuesday. All right. If I don't get it I got to get it by Wednesday, and you'll have your hire done by Tuesday or Wednesday, because you're really trying to get it done by Monday. But if we're like, oh, I got till Friday to get my hire, so I'll call Monday, I'll call Tuesday, maybe I'll get someone in the group on Wednesday. Maybe the person in the group on Wednesday, we could get them set for a third, and they could get hired on Thursday, or maybe they'll get hired Friday. And it's all just like crossing our fingers and hoping that we're going to get our hire for the week. And we're putting pressure on the end of the week instead of the beginning of the week, right? So we want to get our one hire done over the weekend, but early in the week. Second thing is ALP. Everybody needs to be at 2,000 ALP by Monday night. What a great feeling. What a great team you'll have. Imagine everybody on your team is at 2,000 by Monday night. They have all week long now. They got an entire week of their lives, to basically do whatever they want. Technically, if their goals are to do 2,000, they hit their 2,000, they're done Monday night. Literally all day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They can do whatever they want, and you don't got to worry about them. Instead of Tuesday, she's still blank. She said nothing. Now I got to make sure she writes business today. All right, now it's Wednesday. She's still at 0. I got to make sure she writes business today. Now it's Thursday. She blanked at halftime. So now I got to make sure she writes business over the weekend. Now all weekend I got all this pressure to make sure that she writes business by the weekend. And now guess who also got pressure? She got all the pressure. You got a brand new agent now who's all stressed out, who got all this pressure, because we didn't want to put the pressure on them to write business by Monday. So now we end up having to put the pressure on the right business on a Sunday. You know, let's put the pressure on them because they're going to be pressure regardless. Let's put the pressure on the beginning of the week. Let's put the pressure. Let's put the urgency. Let's put I expect it. I expect it. I told Reich, I expect you to be at 2,000 by Monday night. You know, like by the end of the day on Monday, I told him, like, you got to be at 2,000, you know? So like, but I seriously expect it to be done. It's not like, I don't expect it nothing less. That's because it's an easy play call to do. If this was something hard, I could see, but it's all it is just getting 2,000 ALP in by Monday. That's all. I guarantee you, if I said, Reich, I'll give you $10,000 if you write 2,000 on Monday, he'd write 2,000 on Monday. For real, let's ask somebody that question, right? I got a suitcase with how about this, with $20,000 in a suitcase straight cash, right? And if you write $2,000 on Monday, I'll give you that suitcase. How many people on your team would come in with 2,000? How many? This is a serious question, man. Really think about that, right? So what changed, Vince? What changed between before I said there was a suitcase with 20,000? I said, go write 2,000 by Monday. Can you get it done? Yeah, we'll get it done. And then I say, okay, when you turn in 2,000, you get a suitcase with 20,000. Now, what changed between those two situations? The only thing that changed, guys, is the motivation, right? Well, as a leader, that's our job to make sure that they're motivated to get the job done, right? Not I want you lying to people, but if you got to lie to them to get them motivated, heck, lie to them. I don't care. We need people motivated, and I don't care where the motivation comes from. So if you got to tell them like, hey, Reich, who's your favorite rapper? Who's Reich's favorite rapper?
Kanye.
Kanye West, man. Dude, so dude, how about this, man? My boy is friends with the producer on Kanye's West new CD. You guys know he came out with a new CD, guys?
Yeah.
He's coming to town next week. And if you write 10 grand, I could get you to have dinner with Kanye West. But you got to write 10 grand by Friday this week. Can you think you write 10 grand by Friday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, deal, bro. Let's go get it. Let's get that 10 grand. Okay. Let's see if you can do it. Let's see. I'll get you in there. Cool. I can't come to dinner with you. You might have to go just you and him and whoever else is with you. I'm not going to be able to roll, you know. But you want to do it? Can you write 10 grand by Friday? Yeah. All right, let's do it. You guys are gonna see him eating freaking sushi with Kanye West in Chicago. Cool. All right, nice. Hey, who's your favorite wrestler, Drew?
I don't know. Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. All right, you write 20 grand this week. I'm gonna have Roman Reigns come to the office and body slam you over a table.
Can I body slam him instead?
No, you won't be able to do that. He's too big for you.
I don't want to write 20 grand and then get the shit beat out of me.
All right. Well, then I'll have him come and take a picture with you. All right.
Oh, that's cool.
And you guys can chug a water together, right?
Okay.
Christine, I'm gonna have Taylor Swift come do a concert for you. You write 40 grand this month.
I don't like her.
I was just trying to catch your attention. Listen,
fine, I'm fine.
okay? I don't care if we got to start lying to people. If that's going to motivate you to get the job done, then freaking let's get the job done. You know what I'm saying? You guys feel me? Okay. Right? Whatever the motivation is, we got to get the job done, but we got to get it done soon. Whoever's not at 2000 is a major problem right now. Like they should be, you'd be like, dude, what, this is a problem. Like, dude, Tommy's going to be up you need to be at 2000, get everybody to 2000. Okay. ASAP this week. Nobody blanks. Remember, nobody blanks. Every single week, you have a list of people and you cross their name off. You have 52 lists a year. Every single week, you're going to make a list and it's going to have everybody's name on that list. And every single week, when they submit business, you cross their name off. And by the end of the week, you're going to be like, who are my culprits? Who is it? And then that's the way to make sure everybody submits. I think Josh's team, did you guys do something like that recently, Josh?
Yeah, last week,
And what happened?
everybody but one person submitted.
Everybody but one person submitted, guys. Do you hear that?
Josh says he's gonna do the
Josh's
rest.
team wrote everybody's name down and they said, listen, get your name off this list ASAP. You do not want to be on this list by the end of the week. In fact, get off it by the end of today, right? Urgency. Every week, everybody got to submit 2000 by Monday. And if they don't have it done by Monday, it got to be done by Tuesday by 2 p.m. Like literally, that's what I expect. And that's what you expect from yourself and everybody around. And if it's not done by then shit, Wednesday, it's siren head. It's coming through. You know, we're waking up and the alarms are going off. Like, holy shit, we're not at 2000 yet. It's already Wednesday. What's going on? That's the winning culture that it's going to take. Okay. Here's what it's going to take. Okay. And I'm going to start calling you guys out. Why is Gio beating you to the office? Why? I want to know why that would ever happen. Why would it ever happen? Who said something funny back here? I want to hear the joke. What was it? Josh, what's the funny joke, funny man?
Last night he was here till 11. I was like, I'm leaving. I stayed till 11 too, but I was like, I'm leaving. And then when I drove the boys out, he pulled out. I was like, all right.
What was he doing till 11 o'clock at the office? Was he playing video games?
He was probably listening to John Maxwell when he said he was taking some notes.
Yeah. Getting ready for today. So he had some shit to pour into his team this morning. Right? I don't know why Gio would ever beat anybody to the office. Last time I checked, like, he's the one who's making $400,000 this year. If you're not making 400 and he's making 400 and you want to be making 400, why would he be here before you? Can you explain that to me, how that would ever happen, or one day? Like, what? There's only 365 days. I can't believe you're conceding to lose one and thinking that it's cool. How could you think that it's cool? You're actually okay with losing one day. Because there should never be one day. Just so you know, where my like, never ever should be one single day where Gio beats me to the office. But I want to say that I'm better than him. I want to say I'm better than him. I want to say that I work harder than him. I want to make as much money as him. Can't say those words. But here's the cool thing, is it can't get any simpler than this. This is not rocket science. Vince, try and do some rocket science. Think about it. Imagine all of us trying to do rocket science. We'd all be dead. We'd be disfigured, missing hands, ears. I would have blown my ear off by now. You know what I'm saying? We would have done everything but rocket science if we tried to do rocket science. We do not have botanists in here. Okay, we do not have crazy scientists on this team. Okay, that's not our skill set. That's not our wheelhouse. And thank goodness it's not. It's so easy. All you got to do is just show up and do what Gio does. How about that? And guess what will happen? You'll make what he does. But I'll call you guys out because last year in July, this agency was founded last year in July. So before that, what were you guys here? Who was here? Who was in here in July? Reich was here in July, right? Yeah. So Reich, you seen, where was Gio in July last year at 10 o'clock at night?
He was helping me practice, or like helping someone practice, or like in the office.
Gio was in the office. In the office. In the office. I seen people in here, they leave the office. Isn't that funny? How you'll see there's people that were here a year ago. They started when Gio started, okay? But Gio shows up early and stays late for 1 year. 1 year. 1 year of his life. Poor Gio. Poor Gio. He worked 1 year of his life pretty hard. Poor Gio. He didn't even do half near the sacrifice that some of these other people have done in this planet Earth for a lot less. Over the last 12 months, do you know that there is a single mom that has worked her ass off, barely got to see her kids, and she got paid $30,000? Do you know that over the last 12 months that there's a single mom that worked harder than Gio did? You see Gio's here at 7:30. She had to be there at 7. You see Gio leaves here at 11 and drives home in his Jaguar. She had to take the bus. And then she took the bus to the subway. And then she took the subway to the corner. And then she had to walk 6 blocks. And she had to carry bags. And she got home at 1 a.m. to her little apartment with a bunch of kids. And they were staying with their grandma all day so that mom could go to work. And she got to kiss him on the head, fall asleep, and had to wake back up because she had to leave. She had to be up at 6 because she had to leave by 6:30 because she had to be back on the bus by 7. Because then she had to take the train so she could be at work by 8. Because if she didn't show up at work at 8, she was fired. That's what she did for the last 12 fucking months. And that's reality. Gio for the last 12 months, sure, worked his ass off. But I've seen people here that he's ran circles around you. Shame on you. Shame on you. And if you're not at the office as an MGA and you're getting your ass beat by Gio, and he's there before you and after you, you ain't gonna be an MGA. You don't make $250,000 sitting in your broke ass apartment. It's not where it happens. Where's Gio winning? In his office. Guess where I would be? In my office. What time you get there, Gio? I'll be there 5 minutes beforehand. You get there at 7:55, I'm there at 7:50. Last night, Josh, if Gio's in his office listening to John Maxwell, why the F are you not listening to John Maxwell with him? I already gave you the play call, you're not doing it. The play call is simple. It says, whatever Gio does, you do. So why are you playing video games when he's listening to John Maxwell? Can you be coachable? Guys, Josh is coach. I'm telling everybody here, Josh has to do whatever Gio does. Everything. He has to get there before Gio. He has to leave after Gio. And he has to do whatever Gio does and do it better. And everybody here has to hold him accountable to that. No bullshit. Oh, I'm at 2000, so I could leave the office early today because it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, great example you're setting for Amina, Josh. That's not the example I want my MGA setting. If it's 8 o'clock and you're at 2000, why don't you show her how to get to 4000? If you're underperforming, if you're the Browns and the Patriots are at practice, why are you leaving? The Patriots are practicing right now. It's 7 o'clock at night. And the Browns are packing up and going home. Explain that to me. I'm trying to make it simple. Does this make sense? I'll use soccer analogies. What's the number one soccer team? You got the number one soccer team on earth. They've practiced all fucking week, right? They practiced all week. And it's 8 o'clock at night. And guess what? These mother effers are still practicing soccer. What are you doing? What are you doing? You just played all day, all night, all week long. You're number one. You're number one. Why are you still here practicing the cello? You're the number one cello player on earth. Everybody's gone. Why are you still here practicing the cello, fellow? I don't know. Right? But then I got the bums, the team that can't win a game, are packing up and leaving early. Explain that to me. I can't make it any more simple. Hallelujah. I hope one person hears the message today. Simple. Stupid simple. I'm done. If you're going to be so stupid that you can't follow simple shit, I'm done coaching you. Done. You know who's on my last leg. Some of you are on the last leg. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm done with it. Step your game up. Can't show up early and be a leader. Like we're done with it. I'm done with that shit. So anyways, most of us are good, but that was just for a few people that are starting to really piss me off right now. Okay. Because there's no reason that Gio should be beating you to the office as an MGA. And he get paid $400,000 this year. You should be doing whatever he does. I don't understand it. You know what? Why would somebody not do everything that Gio's doing? Can somebody explain that to me on this call? What would stop somebody from doing that? What would stop? It's humility. It's humility. It's humility. They think that their way is better and they don't want to change and be humble. So that's what that's all about. But that's not for 95% of us on the call here, okay? To get everybody where I wanted to begin the phone call with, and just to get our minds and just to get you focused on what you need to start the year out. For Reich, you're on pace, okay? Keep doing what you're doing. Reich has a great week so far. He's getting some hires this week, right? Tell people what you're doing. You know, when somebody in the agency does good, we all could do it. Like whatever Reich just did, everybody can just go do that real quick. That's what I love about it. Like he just got like 3 hires so far this week. Five. So, see that? I do it. All right. I was just making sure you called me out. So he had 5 hires this week so far, and he only needs 4 a week from now till the end of the year, and he'll basically make $250,000 next year. You know. So you're right on pace. And today's only Thursday. We still could get hires today. We could get hires tomorrow. But remember, Thursday is going to end. Friday is going to end, and then boom, it's a new hire week again. So we got to boom, get right back on it again. Okay. But if from now till the end of the year, if every person here, like I can't see a reason why Pat Sullivan can't get a situation set up for himself where he's getting, you know, about 4 hires a week, and you know he got a team maybe doing 20,000 a week starting the year out. Christina, definitely, you guys are gonna be crushing 20,000 a week. I was talking to Gio with some of the stuff that you guys got up your sleeve, and I think you know just a great combination between Christina and Melissa and Gio. You guys got a great hierarchy right there. If you look at Vince and Reich and Faith, like what a great hierarchy right there. Vince, Reich, Marvin, great hierarchy right there. You know, we got some very strong hierarchies that if we do this right, literally by the end of the year, everybody can be in a situation where your team is doing at least $1 million for yourself. And I know that if Christina's team's doing $1 million, she's going to be set. She'll make 200,000 next year. And that's just her being herself, you know, just go through just nothing crazy. If she actually like turns it on, you could do what Gio does and turn it into a $400,000 or $500,000 a year next year and just do something nuts, you know? Right, same thing. Vince, you're right on pace, you know? Vince, you just got to make sure you got to make sure that Huntsberger and Reich are really leading the way with their hires, and then you got to make sure that their essays are, because I feel like freaking Steven, Dalton, Sullivan, those 3 right there, those 3 are MGAs. Those 3 are $20,000 a week, $100 or $1 million a year producers out of a team that we could have built in 4 months. Like they don't have to wait until 2024 to do $1 million. Like they could do $1 million next year, you know? Like we got to start getting the people in place that want to do it. Maybe some people are just like, listen, I want to be a producer this year. I want to be an SA next year. I want to be a GA the year after that. I want to do one position a year. That's fine. We'll move at that pace. But if there's some people we can position to just go in and just kill it real quick and get you to do $1 million next year, I mean, it's not that hard. That's basically just now basically, what does your year look like? Christina, to do $1 million next year is just her on a Monday coaching your team up, making sure that you have about 15 names on your call log. Okay. If you have 15 names making calls, and each person, you can get them to book 20 appointments a week. Okay. 15 people, and everybody books 20 appointments a week. Do you guys think that's possible? Do you think you can get somebody to book 20? Right? I know you can book 20. So as long as we start there, as long as you can book 20, then you can get somebody else to book 20, right? But now Christina gets like 3 or 4 people that are really good at booking 20, plus she's good at booking 20. Guess what? Now you have a leadership team. Because that's all your leadership team is just a team of people that are good at booking 20 appointments and teaching people how to book 20 appointments. All you need is like a good handful of people that can do that. You can do it, and 3 or 4 other people can do it. That's what's going to influence the team. Now you got to those 3 or 4 people lead your 15 people, and now you got a team of 15 people setting 20 appointments a week. Some of your people are going to be studs. They're going to set 30 appointments a week. Right? Some of people on your team might set 34 appointments. Amina might go crazy and set a bunch. But on average, let's say we can get a 20. 15 people setting 20. If everybody sets 20, they're going to see at least 9, 10, right? Even if they see 8, they could close 3. So that's going to get you 3 sales times 15 people, 3 sales. That'll be $2,000 each. At 15 people, that's 30,000 a week. And what we'll do is count on at least 20,000 of that business to be load. Like, let's say out of that 30,000, some gets telecheck, some gets Trout, some of it's a new agent. They messed the whole application up. You know what I'm saying? And we end up only doing 20 out of it. But that's where it's going to come from. So now you just got a situation where you're coaching up 10 to 15 people a week to set their appointments, right? You're coaching up 10 to 15 people a week to set their appointments. That's what you're doing. But you also have a couple of people that are your coaches, like your GAs and your SAs, and they're doing it as well. And on a weekly basis, the MGAs will be spending their mornings making sure that you're getting at least 4 to 5 hires a week. Because as long as you're getting 4 or 5 hires a week, your team's always going to be doing 20,000 a week. And you'll at least be doing $1 million a year, and you'll at least be making 200,000. And that's just running a sustainable business. Now, some people are downtown and they to run their business, they gotta make sure that they're putting in orders on Tuesday. The shipping truck gotta come Wednesday. They gotta stock the shelves Wednesday night. Thursday morning, they gotta be there to do the sales. Friday, they gotta do a new promotion. To run their business, they gotta do different stuff. To run your business, it's just gonna be making sure my agents are being coached up, making sure we're setting appointments, making sure I'm getting hires. And then if you want to, you lead from the front, go out there, you drop business anytime you want to. But that's the sustainability. That's the system, and that's nothing crazy. That's nothing too crazy. But I will tell you, you're going to have some good, culture on the team. It can't be a free for all. We can't have low expectations, because then people will come in with nothing. So we have to still have higher expectations on our team and all that. So from now till the end of the year, I wanted to start identifying, like, who are we going to be able to have, rocking, teams starting out doing $1 million a year, starting out 20,000 a week. I want to get these teams to $20,000 a week, and And I firmly feel, that all the GAs right now have the ability to get there, for sure. Like by the end of the year, Reich should be at least be doing 20,000 a week. Huntsberger, Christine, you'll be crushing 20,000 a week. I think the GAs, most of the GAs should be able to get there. Austin should be able to crush that. But I honestly feel like some of the essays can get there. I feel like, I feel like a Marvin or Faith can make a run. It just takes a couple strong people, guys. I don't think it's a long period of time for Pat Sullivan to get a couple of solid people and get a team rocking 20,000 a week, by the end of the year. Right. So let's figure out what our targets are going to be. And, I want to help you guys and coach you guys up, and I'll get down and dirty and try and help you get there as quick as possible too. There might be some different avenues, but like once we have a game plan in place, like let's say Christina's like, dude, I want to get this done, and this done. And we talk and we meet, guys, something is going to happen to where we are going to be more creative about that goal than we were before. Something's going to happen where I'm like, you want to know what? I was just talking to Elby. Elby has a girl on his team that she actually got a whole bunch of hires from doing this. Why don't we give her a call and see if she can help us do that? And then stuff's going to come to us. These ideas are going to happen when we formulate the goals, for what we want to get accomplished. So anyways, that's everything I pretty much had to cover with us for today. Let's just have a big sense of urgency. P&Ps are out, so I'll hit on P&Ps with you guys as well. All right, and keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Let me know if you guys need anything. G, if you got anything else to say to the managers, anything, go ahead, break it down for them. But that's everything I had.
All right, thanks, Tommy. That's everything. Thank you, sir. The Chick-fil-A is cold now, right?
You have a napkin in there?
I do.
Ooh,
You
perfect.
got an athlete 11.
30.
11.
Thanks so much.
Like you probably have 11
My alarm for our meeting, because I'm usually.
Dude, that's a rough alarm. That's a rough alarm. No wonder she gets stressed when she comes to my obstacle.
Yeah, I was ringing in her ear.
No, that's good. Hey, we're honestly after that, we should probably stay on the phones.
Right. Yeah, mine's 11 right there. 11. Man, being at MGA with that new linker credit. Sounds good. It's every week, Vince. Don't be saying, oh my God. Who knew about this already?